What's going on, all the people of my YouTube following? I love you all. Just thought I would start off with that, but I hope you are all doing well today. So in the last few weeks, Harley Davidson has announced several discontinued motorcycles. Let's go and roll the intro and we'll get talking about that and what I think it means for the future of Harley Davidson. Roll it. Alright, so I know I'm late to the party on this one, but, you know, I don't ever want to be a reactionary type. I want to kind of put some thought into what I'm saying. They discontinued 3. We got to put a video up about it. No, I wanted to actually kind of think about it for a little while before I actually started talking about it. So, Harley Davidson, with their new CEO, or, you know, whoever it is, or whatever they did, I don't know. I don't follow that closely, the politics of it. Anyway, they had discontinued 3 Harley Davidsons. The FXDR, gone. Breakout, gone. Heritage Standard. I'm terrible about my bike names, but that just kind of goes to prove my point. There's too many different motorcycles from Harley Davidson. Now granted, the FXDR and the Breakout, they are actually more of the kind of unique ones, I felt like, but they have small markets. They don't have a big sales driver, so I see why that was discontinued. I mean, that's just simple economics. And then the third one, well, you know, you're getting rid of some classic styling, but you still have the other heritage with the 114. They're still making that one. That's the important one. That's the one everyone's loving anyway. So with all this hubbub about people like, oh, Harley's folding, oh my god, you know, it's not really the end of the world that they are not making bikes that probably aren't making a lot of money. Let's take the FXDR, for example. When that bike hit in, I think, 2019, they were wanting $20,000 plus for it. $20,000 for something that you can't do anything with except ride around in the city. It was an awesome bike. Their mind was in the right spot, but their price sure was not. That should have been a $15,000, $16,000 bike. You're going to take away options like the ability for someone to ride on the back, luggage. You need to drop the price. The Breakout was kind of the same thing. It was another minimalist motorcycle, and you know, it was also maybe slightly overpriced. My buddy Woody has a Breakout, and I love it, and maybe, just maybe someday he'll let me do it on one of my classic test ride videos, because it is now going to be classified as a classic in me. I should shift more often. It'd help. But I think, honestly, we don't need to be in freakout mode over Harley discontinuing 3 Softails. What it reminds me of is when COVID started and people freaked out over toilet paper. It's that initial reactionary urge that people have to overreact. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna be quarantining home for 7 days at a time. I gotta get all the toilet paper from Costco. No, you don't. No, you don't. And people are still doing it. Blockhead a few weeks ago released a video and people are still buying up toilet paper at Walgreens. Stop! Stop it! Come on! Come on, guys. So, yeah, they discontinued 3 Softails. It doesn't mean they're not making profit. Yeah, maybe their sales are down. New riders are down. I get it. They need to cut back. And this is probably the first step in it. Maybe someone with a little bit of business sense, instead of having mush for brains, is going to take over and realize that the bottom line is, you know, maybe we reduce our new bike sales a lot, but we try and get into getting that second-hand sale. Because let me tell you what, they will make a killing off of second-hand bikes. They would probably give me $4,000 for mine and put a $7,000 price tag on it. That's just the way it works. And that could be where the market really, truly lies. The problem for Harley Davidson is that money's all just being kept at the dealership and not actually with them. So it's kind of one of those, you know, catch-22s. the dealerships can do really well. The dealerships don't have to worry about new bike sales because they got a plethora of these used ones sitting around. That's also why I think, you know, there's nothing to worry about. If they ever turn a quarter where they had zero profit and were actually losing money, I might start worrying. But right now, they're making money. At the end of the day, they're paying all their utilities, they're keeping the lights on, they're paying their employees. Now granted, this is off of COVID, so some of those might have been furloughed, so you get it, yeah. But they're not a bad business, and people need to stop thinking that just because you start changing things, it's bad for business. If you stayed the same way since 1903, well, probably what would have happened in like the 60s and 70s when they kind of went under the first time and AMF bought them out. That could happen again if they don't get their act together and start figuring out what they can do. I really think, you know, they're trying to appeal to the millennial. Me being at the top edge of millennial, it hurts me to say that. Almost a Gen Xer, but for me, you know, I haven't done anything that's helped Harley Davidson stay around. I bought some clothes, I bought this jacket, but I haven't done anything. I haven't bought a new bike from them. So it's kind of my generation, and I think it's every generation. I don't want to make millennials the root cause of it. Everyone, I think, is just buying used bikes. Why pay retail when the second someone else drives it off their lot, you can get it for 25% less? There are Road Kings at my local dealership, which is where I'm headed towards right now, where I can get a 2017 Road King for $12,000. That bike, when it was brand new, was probably in the $18,000 to $19,000 range. The bikes aren't that much better in 2 years. Yeah, you might have a warranty, but your stuff shouldn't be breaking. My bike here is a... Thanks, man. I'm the pilot car. Follow me. You got it. My bike is 11 years old. It's had some issues, don't get me wrong, but nothing that's put me down without a bike for very long. A battery here and there, some loose wiring, which was my own doing. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, though, used bikes are kind of the it thing right now, especially with someone who is like me and is trying to get that value per dollar. But yeah, totally. A Harley Davidson is on shaky ground. I'm not completely dumb about that. Obviously, if things were going super well, they would be introducing even more bikes and more profits and more every blah 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 blah. But they're not. I think they're doing what they need to do to survive, and especially during these times where money is tighter and luxury items are at a premium, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know? If you cut in 3 bikes can reduce the cost of the rest of your bikes because they are in more production now, and you can lower that value and sell more. It's like the whole Walmart adage. You know, you have so much buying power that you can make things cheaper. And I don't want Harley to become Walmart by any means, but it's the same philosophy, you know. I feel like what I'm doing is I'm going on a rant like my dad does, which he said in the chat the other day, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Yeah, but am I a good apple or am I a rotten apple? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of some random thoughts I had. Go ahead and post your guys' comments below as far as how you feel Harley Davidson's doing and what their longevity is. Are you scared that they're going to fold and completely go out of business? I just can't see that. I feel like someone would at least buy them up if that was the case, kind of like Polaris did with Indian. I hope that doesn't happen. I like the fact that they are now once again their own company, but you know, sometimes if you have to take a bailout to keep the brand going, you got to take it. So go ahead and hit me up in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys, especially on subjects such as this, and I will catch you on the next dark side as this is the way. ChopperFett seeing you guys. Peace.